Hello, friends. Welcome to episode number 70. It's interesting to see that I have been doing this for 70 days in a row. And today, it might be a little bit longer than the last handful of videos I've recorded. But this one's recent, very recent. It's just a thought or maybe a concept that I've been thinking about since this morning, and it has to do with faith, but it's not really a religious thing, and it's more about where we place our faith, in which things or the people, maybe the places or the processes and things like that, that we place our full confidence that they're going to help us and serve us. And I realized that I've been doing this and it's not necessarily serving me the way I thought it would, and for different reasons. But I'll try to cover briefly the 5 places or people or things that I've placed my faith in, and it probably is not helping me as much as I thought. And I am encouraging you to maybe spend a little bit of time just thinking about the things that I'm going to mention and see if you're committing the same mistakes. And let's just start with the definition of faith. Faith is defined as the placing complete trust or confidence in someone or something. And here's the 5 things I said: my parents, the system, the workplace, my boss, and the experts. This is about you and I creating a life worthy of us. And that means that we have to play the lead role. It doesn't mean that we have to do everything, but it does mean that we have to be in control of what we're doing so that we can make sure that things are aligning with where we want to go, who we are, and what we feel about it. And it's in harmony with what we value. The first thing that I placed my faith in was my parents, and that makes sense. I mean, when I was younger, I didn't really know anything about the world. Therefore, the people that were there to set the example were my parents, and that's all fine and good, and they have good intentions. They want the best for me, but at the same time, I have come to realize that I'm also limited by their expectations, their beliefs, their experiences, and what they think I can accomplish. An example of this would be my parents and my situation with being offered to play professional baseball. When I was offered the contract to play for the Montreal Expos, my mom's first reaction was to say the amount of money that I was being offered was not really good enough, and she was always intent on me going to college. Therefore, going to play professional baseball was actually going to delay her idea of me going to college. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just simply mentioning that her mindset, her plan for me to go to college might have probably uh, stopped an opportunity that not everyone gets. At the same time, I had full trust and confidence in my mom. I was also fearful of being good enough. So I used that situation to simply say, no, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to do it. I'm simply going to go to college and try to play baseball there. It didn't work out, but that's a story for a different day. So that's an example of my parents. When I'm trusting my parents, it's okay to do it in the beginning because they know a little bit more about life than I do. But as I grow older and I develop my own talents and my own passions, unless they have the same passions and talents, it's very unlikely they can guide me towards what I want to do. So they're going to be limited, just as I'm going to be limited in guiding my own daughter now to pick her own path and figure out what's the best for her. So that's the first one, our parents. The second one is I placed my trust in was the system. And this is more about the education system, the professional system, the whole concept of find a profession that it's going to guarantee a good degree and do what you're expected to do, come in early, leave late, work hard, and you're gonna make a ton of money and do whatever you want. That seems like a very logical thing to do, but to me today, it feels more like a better safe than sorry type thing. What if I don't really like um, the top 10 careers or professions that make a ton of money? Am I really going to be happy making a lot of money, but continue to reject my own dreams and passions? And if you have heard some of my prior videos and my origin story, that wasn't really uh, healthy for me. I went through mental breakdown. I went through a little bit of depression. I doubted myself, and it was just not really a happy situation or fulfilling situation for me. I was making good money and I was doing important work, but at the same time, I didn't really feel like I was doing what I was supposed to do. So that's the system. Number three is the workplace. I trusted my workplace to do good for me. If I was trading my life for the mission of this company, I was expecting the company to treat me equally or in reciprocity, to develop me, to have my back when it needed to be. And the fact was that when it was inconvenient, the company simply decides to eliminate my role, or just not simply, the company will fight for itself and treat me just like another person that's replaceable, which is absolutely a fact. Um, but I wasn't really expecting that of them. And that's where one of my false beliefs doesn't really help. Because the fact that I saw the workplace not really support me really created a negative reaction in my psyche, which is still affecting me today because there's a little bit of distrust in the way uh, I interact with other companies or other business owners and things like that. So number four, I place my faith in my boss or my supervisors or managers, expecting them to defend my situation or do right for me. And the fact was that when the situation came in, my managers really didn't know how to have my back. So if you're expecting your managers to do things for you, to develop your own career path, or give you the resources you need to do your job and to find your passions and your dream and develop the skills that you need, you're probably expecting something that's, while is the right thing to do in regards from your manager doing those things for you, it's not something that's really should be expected. So placing your faith on your boss to save you when you need to, it's probably not necessarily realistic. It's what everybody wants, but it's not necessarily something that's going to happen all the time. And number five is the experts. This one's the most recent one, and it's trusting that the experts, that the systems they have, the systems they preach to me, the ideas that they give me are going to fix the things or the problems that I have in my business creation or in my situation or my personal life and things like that. And while it's true that it can help and the systems they have work, it doesn't necessarily mean those are the systems that I should be applying that are going to work for me and that are going to produce the results that I truly want and desire in my lifestyle. Um, This was difficult to accept, at least for me, because what my mentors are saying makes total sense, and they have the results to prove it. What's been interesting to see is that me applying those concepts have not necessarily worked for me. And what I'm learning from all of this is that the faith should be really should really be placed in me, in my instinct, my natural ability, my talents, the way I see the world. It should be placed on me being able to have enough resourcefulness to create the solutions I need, to learn the things I need to learn, and to connect with the people I need to connect with in order to create the life that I want, a life that's worthy of me, a life that's maximizing my talents, my efforts, my energy, and it's in alignment with my values and my passions. So I don't know where you are with these 5 different places or systems that you're placing your faith on. But I think the message here is I need to, and you need to, learn to trust your own voice and learn to develop your instinct and learn to use your passions as a way to chart your own course to, as Bruce Lee, I think, said, was be able to be malleable, be like water. Learn the things that you need to learn that apply to you, and the rest just discard it and don't pay attention to it. Even if it's working for other people, find the things that work for you. That's my message, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Bye.